the fighter and the kid. Had to run it back, cause we back at it again. Yeah, we gon' keep it moving like it's never gonna end. When it was Brendan, when it was Brian, when it was just talking to friends. We got the kid Callen on the left, with the fighter on the right. Ay, had to do it right, cause we coming at you live. Back with the team, had to keep it OG, must see TV. Had to do it. Yes, we did, cause we back at it again. It's the fighter and the kid. Back at it again, it's the fighter and the kid. Back at it again, it's the fighter and the kid. It's the fighter and the kid.
This is really the fighter and the kid. We're out.
Come on, baby.
Chin's in a trench coat today.
That is a stylish flashers. That's a stylish flasher. You look like a flasher who comes from family money, and I appreciate that.
I like it. I was telling the Chin's single now. He's dressing a lot better these days.
Yeah.
Who makes that jacket?
It's a place called Cause. I don't know if you guys heard it. I never didn't know about it, but someone I know, she wants to be a stylist, so I said just have at it, and she gave me.
So daddy at 55 knows that girls are not looking as much, but once in a while he gets a full court
hungry eyes
press, and I'm talking about hungry eyes from a 30-year-old, from a 28-year-old.
Yeah.
And my wife, my now wife, and I are hanging out, and there was a young lady who gave me business
in front of the wifey.
Well, she didn't know my wife was talking to other people.
Oh.
And
thought daddy was a free
agent.
agent.
I was like talking to this woman, and I was like, I'm getting business here. My wife goes, that girl was so into you, it was stupid. I go, was she? She goes, yeah. You see her face change when I showed up?
And you felt good.
Oh.
This young lady had one of the old rinks.
The kid still got it. The kid, well, some angles.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm wearing a certain color.
Yeah, it could be color, could be the sandals.
Could be the conversation.
Yeah, you never know.
Could she be? She's not into looks. Look, we don't know.
Did you notice it before your wife said anything?
I did.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the other thing. Daddy, I feel like Daddy still has a little physical. I got some physical shit. Belal Muhammed, our boy Belal Muhammed.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with her, though, yeah?
Well, no, I was just going to talk about my physical prowess.
That's not it, though.
I ran
There's
stairs.
something about you, you know?
Huh?
You know, as Chris says, there's something about you. I don't...
Yeah.
You know?
You get older, and that's the way it is. That's the way it is, buddy.
Did you post about it at all, bro?
I'm sorry?
Did you post about it at all with Belal?
I did. I posted a little bit on my story, but I shot a best of with him where we ran stairs.
How good of a guy is he?
The best guy. And then had a long conversation about what his training camp is like with Khabib. But here's what's interesting about Belal. So he's number 4 now, ranked number 4.
Mm-hmm. Just beat Sean Brady.
Took me to his house, by the way, to eat.
Outside Chicago?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where we had a Palestinian meal.
Mm-hmm.
His dad, his mom, his brother, his brother's wife. It was fucking amazing. I mean, great family. He's such a good fucking dude.
Solid dude.
And he told me, like, he trained in that camp with Khabib.
Yeah.
And Khabib spent a lot of money.
$1 million.
Correct.
To get Makhachev ready. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then there was food, spreads, but Khabib was like, and Belal was like, what can I do to repay you? He goes, you got the win. That's all I care about.
Yep.
But the kind of training they do.
Nutsos.
And Belal was like telling me that like Khabib will be on top of you and talking, having a conversation with someone else.
Oh yeah, savage.
And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's his training camp.
That's his
I'm curious what they're gonna do with Belal.
Well, here's what's interesting about Belal.
He's definitely earned a legit title shot.
So what I thought was interesting is you got to remember he's Palestinian. The Palestinians, he's their guy right now. The Palestinians don't have a lot of people to look to who are on the stage, on the world stage. So when he's in the Arab world, let me tell you, when he goes to Abu Dhabi,
oh, he's massive.
I mean, massive. But when we're running stairs, there were Egyptians and Palestinians, people there who were there and would grab him and kiss him and start speaking to him in Arabic and then calling their friends on the phone.
Yeah.
Because he's such a, he can handle it. He can handle it.
But I thought you were going to say something about him, who he's fighting next.
Well, I don't know that he knows yet. What do you think?
I mean, Dariush, if they want to kill off,
they've given him nothing but killers.
It's I know. You look at his resume, especially his last few wins. He's fighting the who's who.
Can I? Let me ask you this.
I don't know what you do with him because you got Chandler and Poirier. So you got 5-2 fighting next Saturday, UFC 281 in New York, Madison Square Garden. Justin Gaethje's out with the nose, and he's fighting Fiziev. So then you got Dariush sitting there, but Dariush wants Charles Oliveira. So you could do.
By the way, he fights at 70. So we're talking right now. You're talking 55.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus
yeah, and I
Christ.
keep doing that too. I keep doing that too because Khabib wants him to go down to 55, but it's like that's a motherfucker of a cut for him.
No, I was literally talking about Dariush. That's my bad. So Dariush is going to get Oliveira. That's what they should do. With Muhammad, so you got Leon Edwards and you got Usman fighting. You got Colby Covington, Hamzat fighting. There's nothing really for him.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Maybe just sit in the cut for a little bit.
You're sitting for a hot second because Leon and Kamaro's fighting in England next year, right? That's next year. And then you got Colby Hamzat not even announced. So what do you do if you're that guy?
Maybe sit tight, keep wrestling with those Dagestanis. He's got a high fight IQ, so it looks like to me like he picks up on shit right away. It might. I wouldn't be surprised.
Go back to that, Chin. Go back. To
I wouldn't be surprised.
We don't need Edwards.
Wait, who's Hamzat fighting? He's fighting Colby.
Yes. So Hamzat's book, Colby's book.
He'll take the winner of that.
Winner, that's getting title shot. No doubt. That doesn't make sense. So he'd probably fight the loser of Kamaru Leon or loser of Colby.
That's a stacked. How about Gilbert Burns? That's a stacked weight class.
It's not though. It's not because after 4, what do you do?
After 5, yeah.
Well, no, because Gilbert had his run, right?
Yeah.
But he's tough. But for Muhammad, it's like, all right, well, you got Gilbert, you got Neil there, Wonderboy Thompson's fighting. Sean Brady just lost. Vicente Luque lost. There's not a ton for him there unless, in which I don't think Jorge would do it. If they do like a big name, like a Jorge Masvidal, just for a big name.
I don't know.
Otherwise, he's waiting until third quarter next year.
That's fine.
Because you're going to fight the loser. It's not fine, though, for this guy. It sucks.
Why? Because of ring rust?
His income, too.
Yeah.
And also, you want to be active, but I don't know what he does. Yeah, because you're only going to fight the loser of Hamzat, Colby, or Leon Edwards Usman. But the bummer for him, yeah.
Either way, there's a lot of
Muhammad has a much more difficult task to get a title shot. Because I always compare Muhammad and Dariush. They're similar. Both 4, both on these streaks. They both fought everybody. They both deserve a title shot. But Dariush, I can see him with a much clearer path to a title shot. Opposed to Muhammad, just because it's all tied up.
I do think that if you were to see Belal Muhammed stand next to Khamzat, well, he's not a big 70-pounder. Thick legs and ass.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Hamzat and Muhammad are the same.
No, Hamzat's way bigger.
Yeah.
Way bigger.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Bilal's got a tailpiece on him, though. I looked at him and I was like, you got an ass on you. You got an ass and you got some thick legs.
He's a dense dude.
Yep.
Did he talk about his parents and with like the protests going on and his dad on the cell phones and they got raided and all that?
So the BLM, so his father, spends his life building this business, which is a cell phone business, and
it's like a Boost Mobile type of thing where you go up and you buy minutes.
And there was another part to the store as well, which was I think a dry cleaners or something. Anyway, so that's their income. You're talking about Palestinian refugee, and life is not easy. Oh, and by the way,
came from nothing.
By the way, please understand, he grew up in the south side of Chicago playing basketball. Okay, it's like he was the Palestinian guy, everybody else is black. So he came up pretty hard, and it was always dangerous. That they got robbed at gunpoint. He had a shotgun put to his chest, all that shit, okay? But either way, then the BLM marches come along and they burned his fucking store to the ground. So.
Oh, but I thought they weren't.
What?
I thought it was peaceful.
Oh, no, it's mostly peaceful.
Makes sense.
Mostly peaceful.
Unless you own a business.
Yeah. Right? So then you spend all your time, 15 years, my dad supported our family with this shop and they fucking destroyed it. So, you can imagine.
The heartbreak. I know.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah. And that's the problem with looting. It's indiscriminate and it sucks. But either way, he's a fucking dude who just, he's such a good guy. And and that's why part of how he deals with all the pressure of being the face of the Palestinians, the face of, there's a lot of like Muslim people are coming up in the UFC and winning, and they're all kind of training together.
Yeah,
that's a lot of pressure though. But that's why
if I was a current UFC fighter, I'd convert to Muslim right now. Otherwise,
you're
screwed.
I said you're gonna have a lot of Americans convert to Islam.
Unless you're John Jones,
Americans with like chin strap beards.
Yeah, unless you're John Jones, all you should convert to Muslim and jump into that camp.
Well, so
Muslims are coming.
That's why he goes. He goes to mosque, man. They would all pray together. So with Khabib, he said that the bond that they had, where they'd all sit there and they would all pray at the same time. That's some discipline.
Be tough to beat.
Well, you're fighting for Allah.
That's gonna be tough to beat, and they're all very good.
Well, that's like that Khabib. What would he always do? He'd point to himself and go, "Not me," and he'd point to the sky.
Always, yeah.
Allah training. That motherfucker said. Khabib said, "If you want this, if you want it, you train, and you can train 3 days, 3 times a day. Pray, eat, sleep, train. But it's up to you. It's up to you. It's very simple."
Yeah, I know he said that, but
No, he did. He did say that. That's what he said on. There's actually a video of him saying that, but also that's what he says to that.
You're saying when? Oh yeah, but
I'm saying Khabib.
Khabib said this to Makhachev. When Makhachev, before he's being champ, he was main event, and Makhachev hates the interviews and all that, and Khabib goes,
"Oh yeah,
buddy, it's easy.
You can lose."
He goes, "Just lose. This all goes away." And he's like, but he's being nice. He goes, "It's very simple. Just lose."
He's got a great sense
and he goes,
of humor.
"This all goes away."
Yeah.
And he wasn't being like hostile. He's just like, "Hey, man."
Did you hear Chimaev? I mean, did you hear Islam Makhachev go to Daniel Cormier? It's nice. I mean, what I'm going to do is black belts. Then they're no good. Come on, brother. You know, armbar. You know, it's no good. What's the roll? Granby roll. It's not what I'm going to do with this.
It's offensive. It's offensive. As a jiu-jitsu guy, it's offensive. There's nothing we can do.
And then he's even talking about, I want some Olympic level guys. He goes, well, Jordan Burroughs. He goes, yeah, bring him. You know,
yeah, bring him.
He's a Makhachev. Islam. Fucking, you got Jordan Burroughs. He goes, well, brother, he has double leg. Nothing. It's all just double leg. What I'm going to do with this? Let's take a break. Let's take a little break from solving all the problems from our conspiracy talk. What is the first thing you do when you wake up? Do you check your credit score? Probably not, right?
I take a hard pee and then I think about my credit. I'm like, man, I wish there was something better out there like Chime.
Well, Chime, they have secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card. You can start building credit with your own money, okay?
Wow. Chime reports your payments to credit bureaus to help you build credit over time. Their members see an increase of 30 points on average.
And
That's
there
a lot.
are no annual fees, large security deposits, or credit checks to apply.
Wow. Start your credit journey with Chime. Sign up. Takes only 2 minutes. Doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/fighter. That's Chime, CHIME.com/fighter.
The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued to Stride Bank NA pursuant of a license with Visa USA Chime checking account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply for the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card. Regular on-time payment history can have a positive impact on your credit score. Impact the score may vary, and some user scores may not improve. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply except at MoneyPass ATMs, in a 7-Eleven or at Ally Point or Visa Plus Alliance ATM. I hope you guys heard that.
Yeah, if you're still listening, chime.com/fighter.
If your head has not hit the ground yet from boredom. All right.
Now, were you were on stage during the Jake Paul fight? The Jake Paul Anderson
No,
fight?
sir. I came off. In fact, I'll be honest with you. I cut my set a little short. I had to run in.
Rush to the back?
So I missed the first round and I saw
You're
the rest
a bad person.
of it. I am a bad person, but I had to see that.
Dude, I did the Cowboys Fight Command with Jesse on Fire, who you got to meet. You'll love him.
Yeah. Was he a fighter? He looks like a rough cat. Okay.
He's just like a MMA head.
He said he did kickboxing too back in the day.
Looks like a tough kid.
Yeah, not fighter though, right? So I hate when people do that. No, he took 3 kickboxing classes, right?
Right.
So not a fighter, but very educated on fighting. Does roll some, right?
Yep,
so that's cool. But he's, he has his fucking master's degree in MMA. Like he's a great personality on thing. That's how I met him. I liked his content. I was like, you should do a campaign. I was like, yep, let's do it. And then we had Frank Mir, who was great, came with his wife. And then the great Sam Tripoli.
The great Sam Tripoli.
Who got the episode demonetized, but I absolutely love him. And I apologize to him and let him get him demonetized. So Sam did his thing. But, before we were doing it, and I'm not tooting my own horn, I get a bunch of stuff wrong. But it kind of went how I thought it was going to go. I thought he was going to kind of struggle early. He was going to struggle early because of the technical advantage that Anderson has and the pressure, and he's not used to that. And, he struggled a little early, especially when Anderson was going forward, but he was still hanging in there, and then when he began against the ropes, it was trouble for him. And then I said, so he would struggle early on, and then eventually, being the quicker, more powerful fighter, Jake's going to land, and I thought he was going to knock him out after the 6. I said knockout, and, still won him the fight, 10-8 round.
Yeah.
But, he did his thing.
Well, I think what I got was, first of all, that you want to talk about improvement, 2.5 years of boxing and you're that good.
That's what I say on the shot.
Okay,
the
that's
biggest thing
incredible.
should be.
I mean, it's incredible.
If you're fighting whoever's next, Nate
He didn't know how
Diaz,
to throw a punch. It wasn't that he hadn't done that boxing. He didn't know how to throw a punch. Watch him. You know that video of him hitting mitts when he had his first fight? You ever seen that?
Yeah. But the point is like if you're Anderson Silva, let's say he fights Nate Diaz next, and we can talk about that. But with Anderson Silva, his team, I'm sure, studying film on Jake. The disadvantage you have, whoever's fighting, whether it's Nate next, you're not fighting that guy. He's so young in the sport and trains his ass off, and it's kudos to his coaches. You're fighting a completely different guy because it's his infancy of his career. You're getting ready for this guy, but now he's made the adjustments and he's this guy. Now you're like, well, we didn't train for this shit.
Here's the thing. He's also like, I think he's a legit athlete. I mean, I think he's very athletic.
For sure.
And I think that he hits fucking hard. He's so he kind of puts his head down and just boom. He can also take a shot.
That's what we learned. This is best case scenario for Jake because if he went in there and starched Anderson, let's say in 10 seconds, well, the entire narrative today, Monday morning, Halloween morning is Anderson's old. What is Jake doing picking on these old guys?
Anderson
but
looked
him
great.
going, he looked great. But Anderson beating him some rounds, put him in compromising positions,
Absolutely.
and then Jake having to fight, and we actually to see skill set, adjust, and then win rounds, and rounds were close, and he's getting rocked, and then also, you want to question his cardio, like we saw, he had the power in the 8th round.
He had the cardio,
all the answers were checked. This is the best case scenario for Jake. What happened? If he would have knocked him on the 8th, that would have been fun, but the way it went is almost perfect for Jake.
Knocked him down. Knocked Anderson Silva down, man. That's a big deal.
Tough to do.
And
so do you think so next I would assume it's going to be Nate Diaz. And
here's my problem with
this
that.
is me and Frank. This is Frank Mayer. Me and Frank know a thing or two about fighting.
Yeah.
Before this fight, I was always on the mountain of Jake, you don't want Nate Diaz. The pressure, the volume he brings, it's not going to be good. After watching that, I looked at Frank because Frank was like, oh my, he was not rooting for Jake. His wife sure as fuck wasn't, because they're UFC till the day they die. They want Anderson to win. After that fight, I looked at Frank's face. I knew where he was at, and I go, real quick, and it was as they're reading off because I knew he was going to win. I go, Nate versus Jake, who you got? And Frank goes, Jake, in every way, Jake. And he goes, matter of fact, I didn't say Connor's going to have some issues. After watching that,
100%.
He was like, Nate's going to have some issues. He goes, I don't think Nate's going to be favored in that fight. I was like, I think there's going to be some problems.
Well, you got to understand something. I mean, a lot of this is physics. You're talking about he's a big guy. Jake is probably 200 pounds walking around, okay? And he's also a strong 200 pounds. And and when he hits you, and he's explosive, and he's 25 years old, ladies and gentlemen. So now you're talking about Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is a volume puncher, but Nate Diaz doesn't have a lot of leg and ass.
He's older. He's not a knockout
hard
artist.
puncher. He's an accurate puncher. But yeah, so I think someone who's as big as Jake can rush his way in there, take whatever shots Nate gives him. You're talking about boxing now. We're not talking about MMA.
No.
So you can take those shots. You really can.
From Nate.
You can take those shots from Nate, and then what happens is, what are you going to do when Jake puts his head down and starts throwing with everything he's got, which he's going to do? You're gonna in 8 rounds. You're gonna. There's gonna be an opening. Now, here's who I want to see him fight.
But let me ask, before you say that, back to Nate. Let me ask you this: if you had to tell me this, B, who has better movement? Who's more fluid with head work? Anderson Silva or Nate Diaz?
Anderson, 100% Silva.
Correct. Now he landed on Silva.
Here's the thing, too. Yes, he
so
did.
for Nate,
That's
for
what
8
I mean.
rounds,
Right?
God dang!
I know.
I can't believe we're talking like this.
I know.
But that's kudos to Jake.
But I don't. I love Nate, so I want the money for him. But I don't want to see Nate get hurt because I don't think Nate has anything to prove. Nate is a guy we all want to see, but I am not as hungry to see this fight anymore with Nate.
Oh, I am.
I actually want to see. I want to see now. I have mixed emotions.
I'll tell you why I want to.
So here's how I feel about Jake. I don't want Jake to. I think it's unfair for everybody to go, now let's see him fight Gennady Golovkin, or something like that.
So stupid.
I don't want to see that. There's a balancing act here. He's so entertaining. He's doing the impossible, but I don't want to see the guy get hurt, and I don't want to see the guy fight somebody he's not quite ready for.
But also, why would he do that? So let's say Jake's your son, B, and Jake comes up and goes, hey, Dad, I mean a lot of shit online, dude, for fighting these older legends. Should I fight a Canelo? And you can go,
absolutely not.
Well, you'd go, Okay, just financially, how much you making fighting the Woodleys and the Askrens and the
All the money.
Andersons? And you
All
go,
the money.
I'll probably make 20 million off the last fight. He goes, okay. Now, if you fight a real boxer, let's say it's not Canelo. Let's just say you fight a boxer who's 10-0, who doesn't have anywhere near the draw power, but it's a more dangerous fight. How much you making? It's just gonna be predicated off my pay-per-view buys, maybe 3 million, 4 million. Go, why would you do that?
So this is
to
exactly
please the internet.
This is exactly what I'm saying. I would have to have a conversation with Nate and with Jake and say, hey, look, man, you're so exciting to watch, and you're fighting these guys, and we're all interested. How serious are you about being an actual boxer that takes this all the way through your 30s? Is that worth the head trauma? Is it worth actually getting in with guys where that's the only thing they have?
He said it's not. He said
because
he's on record.
Smart.
Yeah,
because he's fucking smart.
It makes too money to go down that road. It's like, it's like, Jake, if you really want to do this, you tell me you can go to the regional circuit. You start coming up.
Let me ask you a question. How would you feel about him fighting?
Don't give me a stupid name.
Roy Jones Jr. It's kind of intriguing.
It's not though, because now listen. Don't listen to the noise on the internet, right? Because you don't want they're stupid. Don't listen to that noise. It's not real. But if you want to toss gasoline on that, fight a 55-year-old Roy Jones, who his last fight got absolutely annihilated in Russia.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Too old?
It's too much. All right. Hey, 46. Past 46, dude. We're going to have to. I'm with you. Keep beating people up making money. We got to draw the line somewhere.
53, yeah. A little old.
I mean, come on, dude.
It's just different.
We've checked that box, okay? I don't see him fight Mike Tyson. I don't see any of that.
I got you.
The next step is Nate Diaz. They're the Conor. Keep beating up the UFC guys that are more famous than any boxer that they can give you.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna tune in him beating up.
How would Uriah Hall have done against Jake? I'm putting you on the spot here.
The Uriah Hall that fought Le'Veon Bell, he got knocked out.
You're just being honest.
I know, and I like Uriah Hall, and you know that. It's just the Uriah Hall that I saw fight Le'Veon Bell. I learned more about Le'Veon Bell, right? And with Uriah Hall, he retired from the UFC. I think this was a money play, and he's trying to find himself. He's talked about, depression, kill himself, stuff like that. So a little
lost.
Know
that. I didn't know.
Yeah, so a little lost, I think, So the Le'Veon Bell gave him something to do, and, it's not like he showed out there, and that was 4 rounds against Le'Veon Bell. What do you think Jake would do against Le'Veon Bell? He'd beat both of them up.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
But
would that
Chad Dawson is in Jake's corner. He's got really good boxing.
Yeah, my thing is, would that satisfy the masses out there if he fought a Uriah who's not that old? I don't. No. So it's like for Jake, the juice has to be worth the squeeze.
Here's what I think, Jake. Here's what I want to see. Here's what we all want to see. We want to see Jake fight somebody his age or a little like in their 30s who's still got a lot of.
Here's my name somebody. B go. But in this, I deal with this all the time. People tell, I want to see him fight. Insert current UFC Hamzat. Insert Colby. No. Insert any current. Hold on. Insert any UFC fighter. It does not work that way. They're under contract. Yes. It's not even up for fucking debate.
Correct.
Leave. Get out of here.
Yeah. The only guy. I'm going to be honest with you too. I'm going to say this too. Like if somehow you made the Conor McGregor thing work with him, I think Conor's too small for him. I do.
Not right. Have you seen Conor right now?
Yeah, I've seen him.
Do you see him when that guy asked him and he goes, "I'm 265." Conor's huge right now. I'm with you.
Well,
but let's say they fought at I don't know. What are they going to fight at? Well, Jake's fucking big too.
Conor's frame is still much smaller. And by the way, when he's that bulked, my friend. That's slower. That's not the Conor.
Conor's technique. Now, I will say, we're both drinking the Jake Paul Kool-Aid right now. I'm drunk.
It's not that I'm drinking.
No, but I'm with you. But
drinking the Kool-Aid. I'll be hard.
He does. I'll be very clear though. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
As far as striking goes, Conor is a much better striker. So is Anderson.
Yeah.
In MMA, the sport of MMA, he's jacked right there and still lean. But the thing is, Conor's the worst matchup for him. Now, I don't know if Conor beats him, but I'm out of Nate Diaz, Roy Jones, all these guys you keep listing, Uriah Hall, Conor's the worst. We'll give him the most fritz. Conor's tough to fucking hit.
Why?
If he takes it serious,
so hard to hit.
He's a master in his distance and stuff like that. But again, size is an issue there. But it's still. And again, I'm not saying he beats Conor. What I'm saying though it's his toughest matchup. Don't get twisted we tend to forget how talented Conor is.
He's very talented.
You tend to forget because he's doing this stuff.
We also forget that Jake is naturally much bigger and can crowd Conor and start throwing, man. That's a hard thing to deal
But I'll
with.
tell you this right now. Again, I love all the guys he fought, Ben Askren, Woodley, Anderson Silva, Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
Nobody hits like Conor.
Now I have to take issue for that. Can I tell you?
And I know what you're gonna say, size and all that.
Yeah.
This is why, because Conor's a counter striker.
I understand.
So when Jake comes in, the timing and speed of Conor is second to none. We've never seen somebody better at in sports history as far as UFC fighting goes. Doesn't happen.
Really?
That's what made him so special.
Aren't the guys he was fighting 145 pounds? Really small people though.
Conor,
55ers.
Nate was 170. Knocked him on his ass. Didn't knock him out though. To your point, that's a good argument.
And he had a small gloves. And Nate was like got back up and he was.
All those gloves ain't shit though. Those talent gloves, they don't really make a difference. Yeah. It's more for protection of your hand.
I mean,
I'm just saying. But to your point, gun to the head. It's like, and if there's one person I love more than Jake, it's Conor's my guy.
I'm going to tell you how that fight.
But I'm telling you,
I'm going to
if
tell you
Conor takes it serious, he's his toughest matchup.
I'll tell you how that
he's
fight
very elusive.
Yes, but I'm going to tell you how that.
And
fight
he's
would
been in
end
big
up.
boxing.
That fight would end up this way. Conor would Conor would be hard to hit. He'd be given business
Early on, you think?
And then what would happen is that fucking big kid, that big
He's gonna land.
farm boy
He lands.
would be hanging on you. And you'd get tired. And Conor's not known for his amazing cardio.
Jake's not a hanger. He doesn't have the experience yet.
Well,
I think you're off on that.
But he just getting him, bullying you into the corner.
punches to the body,
all
stuff
that
like
shit.
when,
Ripping to the body, by the way. He was hitting Anderson with big body shots, and Conor doesn't have that.
He broke his nose.
Oh, dude. And you start getting hit in the ribs or in your elbows like that with those body shots where he's just like, boom, boom.
It's gonna be tough to do against Conor.
Huh?
It's gonna be tough to do against Conor.
I don't know. Not when you get him in the corner.
It's very rare Conor loses striking matches.
In
he
the
loses
beginning,
grappling
in the
matches.
beginning. But if we have an 8-round fight, there's enough time for him to land those shots.
No,
And that's-
again,
I'm
I'm not saying Conor's beat him. I'm just saying out of the options you're giving me, Conor's his toughest matchup, skill wise, timing, his distance.
Look, Jake's calling Canelo out. Can you explain that to me?
Well, you got to remember the world he comes from. That trolling job, like Sugar trolls too.
Yeah.
That's what these kids do.
Yeah.
And it's just to get you fired up. And because think about it, you say, "Oh, this is fixed," right? The narrative on
Who said
Jake-
that?
The internet.
They don't know anything.
And
You
they
don't know
have
anything about
videos.
fighting. What do you mean fixed?
It's so stupid.
What are you talking about?
But I was saying this on the shop show. I explained to Mark and Chin and Casey in there. What I think it gives credit to Jake when people say it's fixed, because what he's doing is so insane that the only way you can handle it in your life is going, that's fake. Those
That's
are fake."
exactly. I was thinking that too.
You know when you see someone on Instagram do something insane and
Yeah, dude.
Chin or Mark like, this is fake. It's like, but when we realize it's not fake, you're like, oh, that guy's a freak, because what Jake is doing is it's never going to happen again. It's so insane that we think it's fake. So this right here, right? This guy posted this, goes, oh, you're telling me it's not rigged? So look at this. So again, that's probably doctored. I'd go on the limb and say that's fucking doctored.
of course it's doctored.
But then remember, there's confirmation bias. So I would be willing to bet that guy went through 30 takes till he clearly got something that doesn't look like a punch. But then look at this one.
I mean, maybe Silva wouldn't have been able to get
You tell me if this is fixed. Tell me if this is fixed, B. You tell me where it's fixed. So the punch there, man, looks like it hit him there, right?
It's so dumb.
So
He hit
that
him with
thing's,
everything he had.
that,
What are you
that thing's
talking
clearly doctored. But again, Chin shows that video has 3 million views, and it just came out. So by tomorrow, probably 6 million. The problem is most people probably didn't watch the fight. They think that's real. Oh, this guy pulled it from Showtime. It's not real. It's doctored, but it creates this narrative that it's fixed.
There are a couple things that go on with a guy like Jake, and for that matter, Sean O'Malley. When you do shit, when you beat the number one guy, or when you are Jake Paul and you're a YouTuber and you're flashy, but you work that hard and you improve that much in 2.5 years, and you're
People
still
hate it.
allowed.
People hate it.
And then you prove that.
And your
he's
girl looks like that?
Think about the balls it takes to get in with Anderson Silva. Think about the balls, because he knows how he did against Julio Chavez Jr.
Yeah.
A real boxer, a real badass, former world champion. He knows. So then he gets in there and does the impossible and knocks him out. Shows he can take a punch. Shows he can box. Shows he can hit like a motherfucker. All that
Shows
stuff.
he has cardio.
The only thing you can do, because what he does, we all feel this way. You go, two things happen. You go, I'm lazy as fuck. I'm a lazy fuck.
It's triggering for
I'm
people.
not brave the way
Yeah.
he is, and I got to get off my ass.
But you do that, and you maybe get motivated and go.
That inspired me.
Some people
I started writing that
doesn't
night.
inspire me, but some people go, I gotta get off my ass. Other people go, oh, I'm gonna try and drag this guy down. So to my unhappiness, it's
so
not fair.
sad.
He's doing this.
If you do that, you're just good luck with that philosophy.
That's the internet,
Here's the
dude.
problem:
That's
if you're
the
like
internet,
that,
brother.
it doesn't work, guys. I know if you're anybody who's listening who's young, if you do that and you actually decide to try to take someone down like Jake Paul, it's a terrible
Anyone for that matter.
It's a terrible
Yeah.
philosophy and practice for you. It will get you nothing but exactly zero and less than zero. I promise.
Yeah, but also
celebrated.
But
dudes
also
like that.
those guys that you hate on. You know, I get my fair share of hate. Those guys that you hate on, whether it's Drake, Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly made a shirt that says the internet isn't real. So Machine Gun Kelly gets so much hate, right? So if you're just you're addicted to your cell phone. You're like, God, people hate Machine Gun Kelly. But if you open up your eyes and you look at how many downloads he has on Spotify, and if you look at his arena,
You ever see how many tickets he
hold on,
sells?
that's what I'm saying. Arena sold out tour, or Drake for that matter, or whoever it is,
They say
whoever it
you're
is.
doing okay. You're
Yeah.
doing okay.
Oh, or even me. Oh, dude, his comedy's not. I sold out 2 shows in
I
Calgary.
heard
What do you
about
want
Calgary.
me to do? What
I heard
do you want me to
Calgary.
do?
You had standing room
Yeah,
only.
yeah. So it's like
But I heard they wanted to add another show, like a third show.
2 shows.
Yeah,
two
no,
shows.
but I heard they
Yeah.
wanted to add. I
Yeah.
heard they were standing room
yeah.
only.
Yeah, yeah. But so it's like it also doesn't work, dude. Well, you guys, you're also,
I just
you're also
think-
wasting your time.
I think that if you spend that much time hating just for anybody who's young and like it just, and I've done it. Look, I'm guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. Like the thing is, like when I speak as a man at this age, and I talk to young people who are doing things that aren't working. I'll just give you a quick example. Like I did everything that anybody's doing. I've been a hater. It's very easy
You never
to do
left
that.
a comment or tried to
No,
sabotage.
I didn't. But in
Yeah.
my heart, I'm like in my heart,
had
I
some
feel
resentment.
everything that those people feel.
Yeah.
I'm like, I fucking, but
Why
but
them?
It doesn't help you. Like when I was in acting class and I used to sit back and criticize, I had a teacher look at me and go, he was a famous, very good actor, Jeffrey Tambor.
Yeah.
And he said, looked at me and he said, you done criticizing up there? Or are you going to put something on here? Because the same critic is going to come back to you when you try.
Yeah.
So these people are actually trying and you're up there acting like you've figured out acting. Good luck, And anytime you do anything like that, I was in therapy. I was in couples therapy. And I was like, I would come at him with this warrior energy. If somebody fucks with me, I'd say this stuff. And he goes like this. He goes, boy, you're really comfortable with that warrior energy. I go, yeah, man, that's how I am.
I live
And he
my
goes,
life.
You know what he said to me? And this is a guy who wrestled at ASU. And he's a great, great therapist.
Would've fucked
yeah,
you
like
up.
would have fucked me
fucked
up.
you up.
I mean, a real
Tough
man.
guy, huh?
A real man, but also had been practicing therapy for a long
Yeah,
time.
smart
And
guy.
had gone through his own thing. You know what? It was. This sounds so weird. And he goes, you know what the problem with that warrior stuff that you do, that threatening stuff? I go, what? He goes, doesn't work.
No.
And I said,
Tough guys don't
and
like
but it stopped me. He goes, whatever you're after, that doesn't work. And if you treat people like that and talk to people like that, they just go, that's cool. They smile, but
shut
they
you
log
down.
it away, dude.
Yeah.
And so I think it's better to look at what do you want in your life and then what is going to work. But that shit doesn't work.
No.
And if you do the right thing, the world will open up and
always
you'll be
works
around
out.
people that you admire.
Yeah. Agreed.
Like I love being inspired by people.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
It's to be interesting to see what Jake does next.
But wait. So dream fight for Jake because I'm not as interested in Nate.
well, this how
Nick Diaz, he's bigger.
No, for a variety of reasons.
Okay.
That'd be easier. If I
Okay,
could
hold on.
now.
Let me think.
Give
me a name.
I'll tell you how it's going to go. He's going to fight Nate next. Nate being at that fight's not.
He is gonna fight
It's
Nate.
all predetermined. Yeah. He'll fight Nate next. I bet they announce in the next month or two here.
Nate'll be
He'll
very
fight him in
rich.
like March. So you get Nate, and then I think Jake, depending on what he wants to do, the Canelo's talk and whoever else, real boxers calling, it's never going to happen. I think he rides off in the sunset. And Logan Paul talked about this on Fight Campaign, where Food Truck Diary. I think Logan Paul and Jake Paul is his last fight. He fights his
come
brother.
on.
Yeah.
Really?
And it's the biggest payday. they
But
both
Logan's
get.
not boxing. He's doing WWE.
Logan's boxing. He's fighting KSI next.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Logan just called out Andrew Tate. He's still boxing because think about it, 2 brothers fighting, even though they promised their parents they wouldn't. That's a huge fight. And they're both with their fan bases.
Andrew Tate's no joke, but he's got eye problems, I think.
Yeah, Logan have his hands full there. I don't like that. But I'm like, do you know his
but
background
Andrew Tate is a kickboxer. It's a little bit different, isn't it?
compared to a YouTuber though? Yeah, and he's not Jake.
No, he's not.
He's not
He's
training
also
like-
a big kid.
like-
Andrew Tate's pretty big. How big is Andrew Tate?
Andrew Tate, world champ, man.
Yeah.
My guess is 6'3", 6'4".
That's a big guy.
6'3".
That's a big fella. 198 pounds. That's a cruiserweight.
I mean, Logan's not small.
Light heavyweight.
Logan's not small, kid. Either.
No, but that's a big man who can put it on
They're
you.
a similar size.
Yeah, that's a strong fella.
But yeah, it's not as great call out. Yeah, Logan's not small. He
Logan's
also walks
every
around
bit
200.
I think he's 6. Yeah, Logan's a big boy.
So they could do it for Logan out like that. But again, Logan and Jake are on two different paths.
Yeah,
You know?
and you think they fight, and then they ride off into the sunset.
Yep. That's what I think.
I mean, he's every bit as tall as you are, both. I mean, he's a little taller than you are. He's 6'4".
He's up there.
Am I wrong?
He's definitely taller than 6'2".
He's 100%
Yeah.
taller.
He's a big kid.
I stood next to him. He's fucking every bit of. Look at how long his legs are. He's a big guy.
Yeah. Big
Easy
dude.
on the eyes, the kid too.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Wow.
So yeah, I think I don't know how much longer Jake's gonna do it, but you have the.
So you think he
you have
rides
the
off in the
Nate?
sunset?
You have the
You
Nate
don't think
fight,
he's
maybe
gonna-
the Connor, and then but I think his last fight's gonna be against Logan, and then just does what the hell he's gonna have all the money, all the money.
So
Just
you
as-
don't,
he
you
has
don't
the
think,
biggest podcast in the world too.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Jake does.
You don't think that Jake?
Doesn't touch Canelo. That's never happening. That's just stupid talk.
Yeah.
No.
Not Gennady Golovkin.
No. That'd be a terrible idea.
Yeah.
For
terrible
what
idea.
though? Too?
Terrible idea.
Because also Gennady's not as big, as far as name power goes. So
Well, but Jake has that thing in him that he wants to really challenge himself.
I don't think so. Not yet. But he's not stupid. Everything's calculated.
Yeah.
Someone would be like, Triple G, are you out of your fucking? That's a
I
bad
think his
idea.
camp would be like, hey, wait a minute, hold on.
No.
That's a little crazy.
That's not. And you don't want to. Come on, his 6 fights.
Yeah.
Insane.
No, it's insane. I don't even think he can get it sanctioned. I mean,
You get sanctioned, but you don't want to. You don't want to do it. That doesn't make sense.
not Gennady.
No.
No, it's a disaster. Because Gennady's actually.
It's also no. Well, I guess. But even Gennady's 40. So then, even if you beat him, which you wouldn't, but if he did, then people are just like, oh, you just be an old Triple G. Yeah. So that's all you get.
But he's not. The Triple G is.
He just needs to just tune out everything and just keep doing what he's doing, making all the money in the world, beating up these older guys.
Yeah.
That's all he needs to do.
Yeah.
And then right off in the sunset, fighting your brother, you get Nate, Connor, Logan. That's well over 100 million for a total for those fights. And then I don't know what you do. Have babies with that ridiculously hot girlfriend you have, and live in
guess.
Puerto Rico, where the hell they're at. Not a bad gig.
No, he's doing it. He's the American dream.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever see something like him again.
Yeah, you will. But look at that. Look at that. Amazing.
Yeah, I think I think Jake's gonna do some WWE stuff too.
Yeah, man. Amazing. I just don't. I love it. I love it, and I definitely don't want to see him get hurt. Well, okay.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
She's was that an 11 or a 12? What would you say?
That's a 13 right number.
Yeah. It's,
She's a Denver 13.
you move
and
her into your
LA
house
10.
and you don't even know her. She doesn't have to speak English. You just go, "Would you like to move into my house?" And there it is.
Yeah, life does not suck for that guy. And that's why people are
works for it.
so mad at him.
He works for it.
Yeah, he really does.
Yeah.
Now, can we talk about, private jets?
Yep. Now Fury doesn't want Tyson Fury doesn't want any of that.
Dude, how about this? He couldn't find a better looking girl than that.
Who said that?
That's the internet.
Who said that?
Bottom.
Ali,
That's
1989.
awesome. Go to that person's profile, please. Please, because she's.
Well, 0 followers.
I think
it's not real.
It's real. It's not real.
That's a Russian bot.
Yeah, it's fake. That's all.
Dude, how about Elon buying Twitter? Elon's so fucking funny. He's like us if we were billionaires. Because did you see Jeff Bezos talk shit about him? And he obviously can't buy it because don't make me buy Amazon. He just responded back, don't make me buy Amazon.
What did Jeff Bezos say?
Like hating on him, for
That's
Twitter.
so
Like, I
funny.
can't believe he's doing this. He goes, don't make me buy Amazon.
The problem is that
It's so funny.
That is a big buy. The problem is it's a terrible, terrible deal. He's got to figure out how to make it profitable.
Either way, he wins. Because remember how much he's worth. So the 44 billion doesn't really affect his lifestyle in any facet. And now Tesla, and he said this years ago. He said Tesla would be worth 700 billion. It was late. It went down a little bit, but probably 4 months ago, it was recorded at $1 trillion. So he's not worried.
No.
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 You remember how people were skeptical he didn't have the money to buy Twitter, all these billionaires hating on him? He only goes, excuse me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll buy it.
It's going to be interesting to see what
then-
what goes on now because who was it who this publishing house? There was a guy who they wrote an open letter saying that Amy Coney Barrett, who's a Supreme Court justice, she wrote a book. And I think it was Random House or someone wrote an open letter. All the people saying we don't want to publish this book because she voted against Roe v. Wade, which what she did is said it's a state issue. It's not a constitutional issue. It's not constitutional. And it's funny that you have publishers now, and it's their right to decide what they want to publish or not. But based on political points,
Should get another publisher.
yeah, I just don't think. I just think it's a bad idea to have publishers deciding. The same thing with Woody Allen's memoir. There's never been any proof. It's just one person that said something, and they fucking refused to. They took his memoirs down. It's like, wow, man.
What do he married his stepdaughter, right?
No, it's because his.
But no, he did marry
daughter
his stepdaughter.
said that it's when she was 7 or younger.
Yeah.
But
I mean, marrying the stepdaughter's weird however you go about it, but it's like,
Yeah.
that's not illegal. It's weird. Don't get me wrong. It's creepy.
no,
Especially
it was
no matter when
because
she was
his
a kid.
wife Mia Farrow, his ex-wife, said he molested their daughter.
No,
They
the
did
daughter said it too, right?
Two
But then
investigations.
there's no.
Two investigations. Zero evidence. Never. The only accusation never happened before. It's just and oh, by the way, Mia Farrow. Her team with Alan Dershowitz said, "Give us $8 million and we'll keep it quiet."
That's
and he goes,
dicey.
"Fuck off."
Yeah.
His own and Mia Farrow, who adopted 11 kids, 3 of those children have committed suicide, and one of us has accused her of abuse. But you never
Jesus
hear about
Christ.
that. Interesting.
Yeah.
So but
Yeah,
meanwhile,
for Elon, it's weird, right? Because he, right, when he buys Twitter, he walks in the headquarters with the sink, and that lady's face, when he was like, gather around, and he's like, firing him. He fires him.
yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Oh, you haven't
that's what he
seen
did.
this?
No.
Oh, there's pictures of, she was like the CFO, and she was like one of the main shit talkers. Her face, now granted, she got like $50 million buyout.
Yeah, well, 'cause
but her
they all have stock.
Her face is like this. And he was like, you're fucking out of here, dude.
Oh my God, let me see this.
Let's start with the kitchen sink.
Let's start with the kitchen. Twitter's San Francisco review by Bloomberg that Musk is going to be walking around the corridors of this office. Staff are being encouraged to say hello to him when they see Elon Musk, and we're told he will address staff on Friday. As you said in the top of the show, the Washington Post and Bloomberg both reporting last week that Musk was telling potential equity investors in this deal that he would cut headcount by as much as 75%. As I've reported,
Just get rid of everybody.
right now at Twitter. A new piece of news being reported by Bloomberg. According to sources, some equity investors, not on the debt side, but the equity side, have already transferred their committed capital to Musk lawyers. So it looks like all signs we're moving towards this deal closing by 5 p.m. Eastern.
And did you see some companies who advertise on several $1 million? A lot of companies go, Elon, if you allow Trump to get back on, we're not going to advertise anymore. The problem is with most people you can do that. Problem is when you're worth whatever it is, $100 billion, $200 billion. He goes, okay, and he took the company private. He goes, okay, well, let's get other ones.
Well, also you got to remember, people make money on Twitter by advertising things. So they actually put ads on it, and right now Twitter takes none of that money. So there's a way to monetize Twitter. You can get 1%.
Well, have you heard what the rumor I heard is people that verified, you're gonna have to pay for that verification. A, so it keeps a lot of bots out. I think that's what he's doing. But
That's a good
B,
idea.
to get incentive to get paid. It's
a good idea.
Through too. Yeah, I'm not mad
Cool.
at it. I think it's $10.
But also, anytime you want to advertise on Twitter and you have like an account that you are getting paid to advertise on, they'll get a piece of it. And right now, they don't take a.
But you see, Elon had to take his tweet down. He messed up. I agree with people on this. He messed up because the Pelosi thing, right, where there's this narrative going on online with some credible people that think it was a lovers' quarrel, and
This is insanity.
And they both had hammers.
I heard about this morning.
And there's a disagreement against pay, right? And
Is
so,
there anything in the mainstream media about
No,
this?
they can't because they can't right now. But they said they're waiting on the body cam footage, right? And yeah, so it should get interesting.
They were both in their underwear?
Yeah, both of them. There were 2 hammers. I'm not talking about the hammers in their pants. I'm talking about
It's so
actual
embarrassing.
hammers.
The whole thing is so embarrassing.
And then apparently he broke in, but here's the problem with that. Someone took a picture from the sky, right? And I'm assuming they just panicked, and they broke the glass from the inside out. And so some detective on Twitter gets on there, takes the picture that shows that it was a robbery, break-in, and they're trying to kill Nancy Pelosi. which isn't true, broke the glass. And he goes, I've been it's so funny. This guy has no skin in the game. He goes, I've been a detective 40 years. I've seen house robberies. Never once in my 40-year history have I seen somebody break in the house and the glass goes outside. It's always inside.
Just physically.
And he goes, just saying. So there's some skeptical hippo eyes with all this. Who knows? You know, who knows? I know what I believe, but who knows? But this is what Elon did. Elon, he goes, I think there's a lot more to this Nancy Pelosi's husband than we know. And he reposted this article, but that article that he posted, like Santa Monica Times, whatever, they're notoriously known for spreading misinformation.
Okay.
So it's not a credible source.
Okay.
He'd been so much better if he just didn't quote anybody and just put that instead of adding the article. So he had to take the article down because I think people are like, you're going to quote this, and got lit up for quoting the Santa Monica whatever.
So it could be though that this is. Can you go back up for a sec?
Up.
Was that Lindsay Perlman, television actress, found dead after being reported missing?
Do you know her?
Maybe. Let me see something. Who is she?
Lindsay Perlman. Chicago Justice Empire.
Damn. She might have taken her own life. All right. Yeah. No, I thought I knew her. I don't know her. I'm sorry.
Anyway, back to Pelosi.
Back to Pelosi. So wait.
Podcast.
I know. No. So are you? But how credible is this talk?
You know, if you go online, you look at the people that know, some of this stuff because, and I was talking to Sam about it. I go, Sam, isn't it weird that CNN and Fox isn't like alluding to any of this? He goes, well, those aren't real news. He goes, isn't it weird that you're getting details about the stuff from Twitter? He goes, think about it. We get most of our breaking news from Twitter. He goes, think about the Jeffrey what's his fucking name? The kid on, was it Power or whatever? The Jussie Smollett. He goes, think about that. Right? CNN, Fox, well, this is terrible, a noose and all this.
Well, but they did come out and say this was a hoax after that.
No,
right?
no, not right away.
No, not right away.
Online did. So Twitter did.
Right.
Twitter came out and go, I smell something fishy here. 2 a.m, walking through Chicago, get a Subway sandwich. And then the cops show up and we've seen the video of a noose around your neck. So a ton of people off the bat, even Kamala Harris, Biden, this is horrible. Look at this hate crime, all this stuff, without even looking into it. Twitter was the ones who went, we're not buying this. And then they started putting out the facts. It's kind of what's going on here. So remember the way Fox and CNN works. And Sam made a great point off air. Sam goes, those aren't legit news sources anymore.
Well, did he say he's a friend? Let him in? There was something about that. I did read that.
Yeah, according, because this is where I have skeptical hippo eyes.
Are you saying that?
This is where the skeptical hippo eyes come in. So this guy who, if you read these official accounts from Fox and New York Post and CNN, all major outlets, this vagabond, this guy who is homeless and spread all these conspiracy theories, stuff like that, who was homeless and was making bracelets. Nancy Pelosi, her house in San Francisco, I don't know if you've seen it, right?
Pelosi and DePape were both holding a hammer with one hand, and DePape had his other hand holding onto Pelosi's forearm.
And he also didn't hit him to the cops with it.
Pelosi greeted the officers.
Hold on, figure this out for me. So this man who, according to all the reports that we've heard, is homeless, right? Doesn't have a job, was living like in some van, I guess, at one point, and creating bracelets. This madman. And we've seen what he looks like, right? Not exactly a physical specimen. You're telling me, and Nancy Pelosi's probably third in power, most powerful, probably more powerful than Biden, and has all the security there? That governments, they're pretty good, right? You're telling me this guy jumped over the fence?
Well, no, there. So if you are the spouse of a sitting congressperson or senator, you do not have.
This is where you got it wrong. You just got it wrong. Nancy came out and goes, what's bothering to me is when I leave town, we actually up the security for my husband.
Okay.
There's more security.
Private security then.
Yes.
Because they have a lot of money.
Yes. What do you mean a lot of money? All the money be.
Oh, wait, hold on. DePape stated that he was going to hold Nancy hostage and talk to her. If Nancy were to tell DePape the truth, he would let her go. If she lied, he was going to break her kneecaps. Okay. Well, I just think it's interesting. So we know that when the cops came, both of them were holding hammers.
Now, why were they both in their underwear, though?
I don't know if I saw that.
The man,
I didn't see that they were both in their underwear.
Well, I guess the man, the Nancy Pelosi's husband, it's, I guess, early in the morning, or I'm sorry, at 2 a.m., He comes down, right? Why is the other guy in their underwear? Where's the body cam
FBI
footage?
affidavit further debunks conspiracy promoted by Elon Musk. The federal charge unsealed Monday also further debunked a conspiracy theory about the Pelosi attack that was previously shared on Twitter by billionaire owner Elon Musk. Conspiracy claimed that, among other things, that Paul Pelosi knew his attacker. Musk tweeted a link to an article promoting the theory on Sunday. Unsealed Monday alongside the federal charge, says Pelosi told a 9/11 dispatcher during
Oh,
his
so
call
that makes it
he does
official.
not know who
Of
the male
course,
is.
Yeah. So our information
Well,
is.
but it is FBI affidavit. No.
Well, no, but the affidavit's going based off the call from Nancy Pelosi's husband going, I don't know him. But then we're also
He had
hearing
never seen David DePape before. Didn't know the suspect.
He escort.
I mean,
How did he get in, B? Explain it to me. And why was the glass on the outside, not the inside?
is that true?
And why is it 2 a.m?
Look that up. Let me see if the
Look
glass
it
is
up.
on the outside or the inside.
Why would I make it up?
Because I feel like you're a little bit of a rumor mill right now. I want it to be true because I'm so titillated by
this
that.
is Jesse Smollett part 2. Isn't it weird the timing of it?
So you are.
You tell me the Dems are getting their ass whooped in the midterm?
Well, you know, Rogan said that the elections on Tuesday is going to be like in the Shining when the elevator opens and just the hallway's just full of blood. But there's glass on the inside. That looks like he went in that way.
Oh yeah, and then the window the glass would hang on the outside like that, because that looks like somebody hit from the outside.
I don't know. I'm not an expert on glass breakage, but it sounds to me like that. Looks to me like. I mean, there would be glass. There'd be glass on the ground.
A ton of glass on the ground, outside and inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Now this guy, but this guy who's crazy says he can kill Nancy. He got through security, jumped the backyard, and then just broke the window. No alarm, nothing. 2 a.m.
You know.
Why are they in the underwear?
But he
Brian?
had a whole. Apparently, he had a whole like. Wasn't he talking anti-Semitic stuff and all kinds of crazy shit online?
Yep.
You still got skeptical hippo
You
eyes.
believe all that from Fox and CNN?
I'm looking at what the FBI affidavit said. There'd have to be something to. Did you know him? Did you make a call? Did he come to your house? I mean, he did break the window. Was it a lover
Did he?
spat?
Did he break the window before to get in?
I see.
Or did Pelosi's husband say he's a friend, let him in? You're telling me that guy was able to avoid all that security and break in? There's no security on the
Do
windows.
we know he
nothing?
said he's a friend? Let him in. Who did he say that to?
Again, I don't know.
You're spreading rumors now.
That's what I hear.
You're a rumor guy. You know what I hear? I hear the guy who did this, Paul DePape. I mean, DePape, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
He's going to fight Jake
Paul next.
Paul. That's what I heard.
when he gets out of prison.
So isn't it interesting?
And the only thing that adds to this too is, Nancy Pelosi's husband got a DUI a few months ago, right?
I do.
Now there's 2 people in the car, right? 2 airbags went off.
Sir?
Now no, hold on. Let me just talk common sense here.
Okay, but I
I'm
didn't
not
know
spreading
that.
anything. 2 airbags went off.
The
in
airbags
car.
would go off.
Yeah, they would go off because you have to have a human body over a certain weight in order for that passenger seat airbag to go off.
Is that true?
Only way it works.
Is
They
that
won't
true?
go off. It's the only way it works. It's not activated if there's not another human body.
I need to see some evidence
Go
on
ahead,
that.
bring it up. That's why when you sit in a car, you will see a green light that says airbag detected.
Find that for me.
I'm looking
Because
for
you're
airbags.
saying a lot of stuff here. You're saying a lot of words, bro. And you're talking about the husband of a sitting government official.
Oh, you're talking about the guy that does inside trading? He would never do this.
I'm just saying.
Oh, you're talking about the guy who's married to the lady who has a better batting average with the stock market than Warren Buffett, Brian? This tracks.
I mean, there's a picture.
So
I
weird.
just see it on one side, Bubba.
No, that's what are you talking about?
That looks like it's closer to.
Yeah,
us.
that's it's not one giant airbag. They're each compartment. There's only one way to get off.
I need a better look at the car, Bubba. You got messed up.
A gamer.
It looks good for
good for a gay guy.
82.
What?
For 82 years old, looks pretty
no,
good.
He looks handsome.
By the way, yeah. Now, are you suggesting that he dabbles in? See, I only see it on the right driver's side, Bubba.
No, see, there's something here
No, that's
as well.
that other
Like a side
is-
one.
Yeah,
like a side one.
So there's the driver one. It comes out there. The other one comes out through the dash.
Yeah, this one's popped. This
That
one's popped.
Okay.
I have the same car. I know how it goes. You get a notification for that.
You want him to be gay very badly. You want You want a man to have been in there.
Oh no, that's not up for debate. That gay man. This is.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah, no.
Hey, hold on, bro.
What?
You can't just start throwing that around. We don't know
There's
yet.
nothing wrong with it.
I'm not saying there is, but
I don't care.
You can't just say that he's gay.
No, what? I don't know what's wrong with it.
You can't just say that the Speaker of the House's husband is a gay man. They've been married a long time.
Yeah, sure.
And I mean,
Does he look at Nancy's big tits and go, "Oh, sure"?
I don't know. I personally find Nancy Pelosi, I think she's a very attractive woman.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was the joke.
I liked her when she was like, she's like, I'm going to punch him. I'm going to punch him in the face. I'm going to go to jail. I'm going to be happy. She's a tough one. She's a tough one. She's intelligent. I would have 100% dated her when she was younger because she was built well. I don't know what that picture is. Get that out of here.
Get it out
See a
here.
picture of her when she's young.
I just
She was
Googled young. That's
built-
the one of the pop.
Look at her there. There. 19 photos. Go. No, the
I did
other
this one earlier.
Yeah, maybe that one.
She had those sweater puppies back then.
Yeah, it's a bad picture. Go up to the right.
Hey, B. Hey, B. Do me a favor.
right there.
Shut the
I
fuck
find her
up.
very attractive.
Yeah, no, she's cool. Terrible person.
Well,
Terrible person.
I think
What are you talking about?
her politics are very different than mine, but she's attractive and intelligent. That's all I'll say. Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
She's some hitters on her though.
Man, why does
Unreal.
everybody say that?
The big
Stop
hitters.
saying
Those
that.
big sweater hitters.
All
Look at
right,
those.
fine.
Man,
Yeah.
my God.
Let's not get crazy here.
Man, what are you
She's
trying
a
to do, lady?
taken care of woman, though. She takes care of herself.
Yeah, kids' blood. What were we saying?
What?
What?
It's blood.
Lizard?
Come on, dude. I don't like.
Brian's
Yeah.
like, man, look at her, gorgeous.
I'm just saying.
She's 90.
Yeah, she's
She has to be,
older-
how old is
She's
she?
an older woman.
70? 80?
She's 80. I'm very respectful of anybody who's that age who's survived regardless. 82 years
82.
old. So I'm always going to be respectful. Always.
She's older than Biden. Just
Yeah.
doing the damn thing.
Got a lot of old people. Dianne Feinstein's 89. Holy shit. We got to get some young people in there. But listen, if they're still doing it, my dad's sharp as a fucking tack. So he's 82.
Get him out of there, though. Shut up.
Yeah.
Get him out
And
of there.
Feinstein has full dementia. Like,
Yeah,
right.
Full blown.
Does she?
I mean, like people were reporting her, and
Oh, I
she
didn't know.
can't
Yeah,
remember
well, she's
conversations
89.
she had
That'll
over the
happen.
day.
I think after 70, get him out of there. After 70.
You
compromise.
there are people who are
There's some
75,
outliers.
80
No, there's
who
some
are very,
outliers.
very- yeah.
But think about their view
Lot
of
of
the
wisdom.
world.
Lot of
A ton of wisdom, right? So that's why I have you as on the board, right?
Sometimes you want people who keep us grounded and say, hey guys, the wind's blowing and you guys are going all the way over here. We've been here before, remember?
No doubt.
That's-
Who is that, Brian?
Well, it depends on who you're looking at. But there are
Not
people-
Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, Nancy
She's going, the wind's
Pelosi.
blowing over here. Blow it harder over here.
Yeah.
Let's ruin every city.
Well, my thing is like Pelosi and Biden, for a lot of their career, were fairly middle of the road. They were like sort of conservative Democrats. And it feels like they've been hijacked by this far left insanity. And
They have no
that's,
choice. It's like Jimmy Kimmel right now. Making fun of Elon Musk. It's like, bro, you're on the Man Show.
Is he making fun of Elon Musk?
Oh, big time.
He is?
He's
Come
like,
on, Jimmy.
he's like, man.
I like Jimmy.
He's like, I used to respect you. Now you're a real piece of shit spreading this information about Pelosi's husband. What I think happened is because, he's on network TV and Tonight Show. I think, he's done a lot of stuff, the blackface Carmelone, and he was on the Man Show. Like, he went hard in the paint.
Yeah.
So I think the left's like, hey, bitch, you're going to be a mouthpiece for us. Or we're going to point the smoking gun at you. He's like, say less. Hey, Elon, piece of shit,
Oh, wow.
That's what I think's going on. Made a deal with the devil.
Well,
That devil's far left.
it's going to be very interesting to see what happens on Tuesday.
Oh, I'm not even mind. I can't predict the future, but I mean, we know how that's going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go
I
to
like
India?
your attitude. What?
You want to go to India?
No.
Okay.
For what?
Just go.
Just for the fuck of it?
Go to an ashram. Go to Bombay. Go see
What
what,
do we do?
It's probably the most colorful place on the planet.
No, I get that. I like colors. What would we do?
We would just go and document an experience.
How long?
6 days.
Oh, no, I got 2 days. 2 days for you.
That's it.
That's 2 days.
Just 2 days.
I can't go 6 days to play grab ass with you in India.
Yeah, but it might be an amazing experience. Maybe even line up a couple shows.
In India? I don't know. Is anyone torn out in India?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we have a fan base. in
I have
India.
family there. I
don't-
have people,
yeah,
well,
I'm sure-
family,
I'm
but,
sure
but
you
friends
say,
of my
yeah,
parents. 16
yeah.
hours.
So let me get it straight. You want to get 60 hours to eat some food and look at colorful things?
But it's India.
I know. It would be nice.
Magical.
Yeah, it would be nice.
I mean,
I get on those scooters. Heard they're dangerous.
Yeah, you go to Mumbai and you go everywhere.
I heard if you have $5, you're like Elon Musk out there.
Well, it's a lot cheaper than most places,
Yeah.
but it's India is becoming a superpower. India, in many ways, is becoming one of the focal points. And look at that slum. But that's a whole thriving economy.
See, that's where I want to stay in there.
We could go there. That's
Not,
thriving.
I want to sleep in there.
That is a thriving economy, though.
They're called untouchables, but yeah, sure.
Well, no, but as the guy who wrote Shantaram said, I never saw so many smiles. I never counted so many smiles in the
you
Indian
mean thriving
slum.
in their positivity?
Yes.
Because living in those shacks, they're
Not easy.
Yeah.
Not easy, but
ignorance is bliss,
more.
yeah.
There's more smiles there
For sure
than
than
there are
here.
in a Western
Yeah.
country.
Yep.
We're all chasing something. Not easy.
Oh, yeah, let's go there, Brian.
I think
Play in
we'd
the
have an
dirt.
experience, Bubba.
Get some perspective.
Yes. I think in a lot of ways we would come back with much more than we left with. I said it out loud. You don't like my attitude about
Pelosi and that?
Pelosi's
No,
husband?
I'll fight you right now. I will fight you right. You're a piece of shit.
I'm just,
You're a piece of shit.
all I'm saying.
No, you're too wishy-washy. You're too in the middle. It drives me nuts.
No.
You're too in the middle.
Are you doing Magic Mind because you have aggression?
I always do a magic mind. Hey,
It's made you. How many are you doing?
7.
Hey!
No,
All right.
2.
Just 2?
I do 2, yeah.
That's it.
Here's the thing about magic mind.
Yeah.
Make your boy aggressive.
I know it does. I know.
I think there's steroids.
That magic mind gets you going.
I think there's steroids.
No, there's no steroids in it. He's got now the Magic Mind 4, apparently. He told me. Did we get some? He's sending it here. I said, hey,
No, he sent me to my house.
send me some shit.
He sent. He said
he's sending it to
my
Thicccboy.
house. Okay.
But now they
fires
have
me up.
this. They have the only energy drink to do this. They have, I guess, the beads in it. It's a time release thing. So the way you know time release, it's like these beads that digest.
Take forever to digest.
Yeah, and it's just so you'll have initial shot, and then it just works throughout the.
There's an Adderall like that too.
Yeah, there's Adderall.
But yeah, the magic mind's fantastic.
Yeah, I know. I'm obsessed.
Me too. I
obsessed.
take it every day.
I know. I knew. I told you. I knew when.
No, but with the Nancy, with the Pelosi stuff, I'll fight you no matter what, magic mind or not, dude. I don't like your attitude.
I just think that the story you're telling about her husband being gay.
That's not my story.
Okay, but I'm just saying it might be bullshit.
That's water cooler talk. That's not.
But you got me excited, and I was excited that was a true story.
and it's not true because Chin brought up CNN. As Eddie Bravo says, where do you get your news?
I wanted the FBI.
CNN?
I want to get evidence. If this is true, I'm very excited. But the problem
hold on. The FBI. You're talking about the people that suppressed the information on Hunter Biden and the laptop.
Well,
that FBI. I will fight you. Watch your words.
Here's
dude.
what I find very interesting. They're both holding a hammer. One,
You've
and
been
he's
faking
holding
this
onto
whole
his thing, and he goes.
They're both in underwear. Yeah.
And he goes, "How you doing?" And then he hits Pelosi in the head.
Yep.
That's interesting. So they might have been in a fight. How did
in that
Pelosi have time to call when he's 82 and he was being tied up?
No, that all tracks, dude.
There is fishy shit going on.
Why are they both in their underwear?
Also, why though? Yeah.
Now, does it sound like there's maybe a dispute over payment for sucking gun?
You think there's a dispute over payment?
Sucking
The
gun.
guy's rich. Why would he have a problem with
Sucking
it?
gun. What?
Maybe-
Because they didn't let old Nancy know how much I'm forking out to get
Maybe
my butthole
he
wet.
says, maybe here's a scenario. Maybe they fuck, and the guy goes, hey, you got to give me some money or I'm going to keep my voice down. Or I'm going to start talking.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's wait till your wife comes home. Give me $1 million.
Where's
or I'm gonna
Nancy
wait.
at? And that's where that
Where's
started.
Nancy? And then he's like, this guy's trying to kill me.
Now they said he used code word to alert the police that
Yeah.
he was being taken hostage or whatever.
Yeah.
And the dispatch knows that?
Huh?
The dispatch knew the code word?
Yeah, they would usually know the code word.
Yeah.
But why was he given access to his phone? How did he do that if they were fighting? How
Because
did he
that's
do
what
that if he was
everybody
being
does.
Tied up?
That's what everybody does when you want to take over one of the most powerful people's house in the world. You want to give the guy time to make a phone call.
Is there anything about David DePape about being a hooker?
You talking about gay for pay?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, this is the thing about Fine Kid. We get down to the nitty gritty. We are breaking news here.
I don't see anything, Bubba. I mean,
Wait, hold on. You don't see anything on CNBC. You don't see anything on CNN. You don't see anything on ABC.
DePape has been drifting further into the world of far-right conspiracies, anti-Semitism, hate, according to Times review of his online accounts. In a personal blog that DePape maintained, posts include such topics as manipulation of history, whole hawks, and it's okay to be white. He mentioned 4chan, a favorite message board at the far right. He posted videos about conspiracies involving COVID-19. But this doesn't mean he would attack.
No, it adds to to your theory, but also, I'm not saying this guy's not batshit crazy.
Right. But it also could mean he made his money by being an escort. It could also mean that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And maybe they did know each other. Hold on. A number of conservative online.
Yeah, I just need all my facts, because right now
They're making him very, very. Yeah.
They're making him seem like an extreme far right.
Yeah.
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 Why would they do that before midterms? I don't get it. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like they're losing, right?
Interesting.
I know, man.
Oh, he grew up in British Columbia. That explains it. No.
Oh, dude. He made money being a hemp jewelry maker.
He was described as a father. DePaul was mentioned in the San Francisco Chronicle article and was described as a father figure to Gypsy Taub, a nudist who lived in a 3-bedroom Victorian apartment in Berkeley with her then fiance and her 3 children. He was a hemp jewelry maker, and he was the best man at Taub's wedding. I think I don't know, dude. I don't know.
No, the guy's batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean like wiener in his mouth.
That's
Right?
the thing. He had to.
You know what this is?
He had to make a
You
living.
know what? And you know
somehow.
what it's doing to you? And I love watching this in real time.
What?
Distraction. See? You see what you're doing now?
I'm
and now
just
you're gonna leave here
saying.
and go, God, you that crazy guy.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
I'd
you know
like-
what this is? Distraction.
Bubba, I'm
You
looking
know what
for
it is?
one
Smoke.
I'm looking for one little piece of evidence.
Oh,
And
dude,
right,
and-
so far, my evidence is Brendan Schaub talking in my left ear
right.
and spreading a
You-
whole
you
bunch
ready-
of rumors.
You ready for me to put the nail in the coffin? You know what, who wrote this article? Now, you tell me if what LA Times prints is real.
Okay.
Everything LA Times prints is real to you?
No.
Why not? There's some misinformation
the
on
same. Well, with Washington Post, LA Times, New York Times,
But LA Times,
CNN?
LA Times in
MSNBC.
LA Times in
They're
particular,
activists. They're activists. Yeah.
they have an agenda, right?
Yeah.
And they can really mess your life up.
Yeah, some would say that.
You will. Let me just put the nail in the coffin in your argument. This is a LA Times article we're reading right now.
Oh well, then it's a lie.
But they're not. But they would never be biased.
no,
No, never.
No.
They wouldn't have an agenda and
no,
try
they're
to
not
ruin you.
far left and
There
insane.
you go. Weird. So let's bring that up, Chin. LA Times. Come on. All I'm saying, and now nobody.
I'm waiting and seeing. I'm waiting to.
Me
see.
too. And I'm not saying I believe all this. I'm just saying I got some questions.
You're spreading. You're starting to sound like Sam Tripoli and Eddie Bravo right now because you're spreading. You're just saying I have questions.
Listen, I'm not saying the earth is flat. I ain't saying it's round though.
Just saying I got questions.
I'm not saying it's round.
I'm saying it's a realm.
I'm saying it's.
Sam goes, I'm not an flat earth guy. I'm a realm guy. All right, Sam.
Oh, listen, I like because the conspiracy is better than the truth. Most of the times it's fun to entertain it. But when Sam's like, yeah, Obama, his real parents were this people and his wife's a hermaphrodite, I'm just like, I'm out.
Well, that was like when you were talking about the Kamzat Nate fight backstage and raising questions. Like you were fucking around. Everybody's like, you're telling the truth. And I
Well,
was
because
like,
that's funner. Because if it's like Brendan
fucking
Schaub
around.
believes that, there was no conspiracy, that doesn't make
fun to
headlines.
play around with.
Yeah, what makes headlines is me calling bullshit.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Give me
Give some current events.
Current events.
Sherlock Holmes.
So the first one is a sad one. I know you guys heard about this by now. South Korea, there's a Halloween.
man.
I woke up
Stampede.
on New York Post
Jesus
because it hit New York Post because 2 Americans died in it, right?
Yeah, 2 Americans, a lot of young people.
what happened?
It was just an event where they didn't realize there was hundreds of thousands of people showing up. They didn't realize that there's that many people. They had like 1 officer per 500 people
And
that were
people
there.
got trampled?
Stampede, so they got squeezed to death basically.
Oh, man, that'd be a terrible way to go.
Yeah, so I'll show you some of this right here.
In Seoul, dozens of
You can see how packed it is. It's narrow areas too.
canceled.
And they're there. It's like New York Times during New Year's Eve.
What do you call that place?
Thousands of mostly young people finally
Times Square.
COVID restrictions flooded into the narrow streets of Seoul's.
And then you could even see there's footage of like tons of people that are not even like medics, but doing CPR on other people.
Jesus
Just
Christ.
scattered around
But
everywhere.
why are all these people there, though?
They said that since this is like the first real get together after all the pandemic stuff,
Oh,
you know?
because South Korea.
Yeah, so they want to just go out and party.
I get it.
And that's Itaewon, which is a very
I didn't know
popular area
that
there
South
too.
Korea has been strict up until now.
I mean, this is probably the first big event since the restrictions were lifted.
Wow.
You know, because I went to Canada and I was like, go to have the vaccine, all that's gone. You know, it's harder for Canadians coming to America as regards to COVID protocols than for Americans to go to Canada. Because in America, we still require vaccines.
All right.
For the foreigners, not for me, I don't have to show anything. But if you're Canadian coming here, you have to prove it.
Yep.
Canadian border is wide open.
Yep.
You know, Trudeau was Castro's kid, yeah? Right? You don't want to argue with that right now, right? Right? We know this, right? You know, his mom was on
I
there.
know Trudeau was in the house with Pelosi, and I know that much. But
You know, Trudeau, his mom was on her honeymoon and was very close friends with Fidel Castro.
No,
and the exact same
I've
time
gone
they met
down
the
that
Caribbean.
rabbit hole, and they look a lot alike.
All right.
Again, I don't like where you're going.
No, I
with all
see,
this.
but see, I don't need to argue this.
No, I'm just.
I don't need to argue this.
It's possible that they look alike.
You ever seen his dad? You ever seen his real dad?
Yes.
Go ahead. Far right, Chin, where you're at. Just one over on the right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
There's
This guy,
a
right?
good-
Right there, yep.
I don't.
Oh, yeah, that looks like Trudeau. Or does Fidel Castro look like him?
They look a lot alike, dude. Holy shit.
Now, you know, in 2016, he gave Fidel Castro all the praise. You know, he's the only dictator in the world that didn't shame Fidel Castro when he passed away. Is this not
They look
tracking?
so much alike.
Oh, this is too easy.
Oh my God. That's so awesome.
And if you line up when his mom was out there, and when the exact time 9 months
see,
later,
that's where the
when she'd
mom
be
is where this
pregnant,
fit, yeah.
when she'd be pregnant,
No,
it's
because
so strange.
he's holding him there.
What?
Castro's holding.
Yeah,
Justin.
yeah. Oh,
Or
yeah.
maybe he's holding another baby.
No, that's Trudeau right there. 'Cause it doesn't get right. That's his son, right?
That's incredible. Look at that.
And then this isn't conspiracy. You know, Trudeau's parents, they're openly swingers because he was a lot older. She was 18 when they got married at 22.
Well, it's, Castro was a stud. Castro, when he was younger.
Yeah,
She was
his
a
mom
cutie.
was.
Yeah, she was a cutie.
See, now, if you
pie.
want to say she's attractive, I'm on board with this. But when we
I
start going
agree.
that Pelosi route, I want to
She's
punch you in your
attractive. His
stupid
mom
mouth.
was attractive.
Yeah, there you
to say
go. Now
the
you're
least.
back. Now Brian's back.
She's attractive.
There you go.
Very pretty. Look at
That
that
far right?
there. Look at her right in the middle. That middle picture right there.
With the onesie on?
Right there.
Oh, that
right
one?
There, right there. She's a sexy broad. That's a beautiful woman right there. Look at her eyes.
And if you're Fidel Castro and you're a dictator, you think
Well-
she was hanging out in Cuba for what? To make Cuban sandwiches for him?
No, you're right. You're right.
What do you think he's doing having her around?
She was.
And then meanwhile, her husband's 90.
Yeah. Listen,
She's
it is
Stone
what
Cold
it is.
Fox. It is
Whoa,
what it is.
What's going on there?
I don't know what
Sitting
this
down.
is. That looks fake. It is. It's got to be fake.
I think you're just signing an autograph, right?
But I mean, the peach fuzz.
Oh! I didn't even see that.
What do you
Okay,
call that?
wow,
Right, well.
wow, fake news.
It's got to be fake.
What else you got,
Or
Jim?
it's not.
All right.
Yeah, well, that makes her less hot, right?
This is Zac Efron. He's playing a wrestler, like a real life wrestler,
All natty.
in the ironclad.
All natty.
Definitely natty. Definitely natty.
All natty.
His tummy is
Sticking
his
out.
tummy wouldn't be that thick. I mean, his tummy, because your tummy sticks out like that. What is that, Mark?
Mark, I'm gonna leave this show if you say he's natty.
No,
I
I'm
can
not.
deal
I'm
enough
saying-
with
I'm trying to,
Pelosi,
like-
Mr. Pelosi lover over here. You
Yeah.
say he's natty, I'm gonna break all the cameras.
No, I just think you tend to
Please
see this
don't.
look
Please.
of like what we're looking at is distension, plus he's really lean. So it's like you're eating a lot of food probably, but you're also super lean. It just tends to be a look that enhances bodybuilding.
Well, he did the Baywatch thing, and he said he got down, I forget, like 6% body fat, 7% body fat. He goes, "This is the most miserable I've ever been." He
Yeah.
goes, "I would never do that again." He was like, "It was the worst gig I've ever committed to." He was like, "I got down such low body fat, and I was barely eating every day just to look lean on camera." He was
Yeah.
like, "It was the worst time of my life." So I'm like, "Cool story, bro. How would you get jacked next time?" Look at him there.
Yeah, and people don't realize like even enhanced that still is difficult. It's not as if like
That's a lot of
taking
work.
a bunch of steroids makes that easy.
No,
have all
you
these
still
side
gotta be
effects.
crazy
That's a lot
discipline.
of work, man.
Ugh.
All right.
What else you
Yeah.
got, Chin?
Let's go
My
to.
God, he's Shred City, huh?
He's Shred City.
This happened on the 405. Let me.
Oh, I saw
refresh
this.
There's a man in a wheelchair was literally going down the freeway.
A man in a wheelchair rolls down.
And he was moving too.
Not too slow.
Well,
In the middle of the freeway. And he even
it's the middle
switched
of 4 and
lanes.
5 at night.
He switched lanes too.
The man slowing down traffic on the south.
At least he's wearing a mask.
Santa Monica Boulevard in West LA, eventually changing.
This would make me so annoyed.
This happened just
like, hey, dude,
How do you not just give him a little bump on the back of the wheels?
Get the fuck
Just a little
off.
tap, tap.
Fortunately, no one was hurt, and there were no crash.
They said he was an elderly man, but look at him here. That's not an
He's
elderly
not.
man, right?
He's having a breakdown of some kind.
Yeah.
He was just going a little crazy. He's
At
having
least
a
he's
hard time.
protecting himself wearing a mask, right?
Yeah.
Just going down the 405 on a wheelchair is
not a
not
great
dangerous.
idea. He's having a hard time.
No, he's all there.
This I just thought was funny. I just found this online. I can't play the audio, but just check this out. This is a tree falling, and look what happens to one of the guys.
Oh no! Oh, that's so dangerous.
Right?
Oh. Oh my God!
It's just so funny.
Any other, like, if that guy was
Last
younger,
thing you
he'd been
think's gonna
okay.
happen.
But the good there, boom!
There you go.
That was pretty funny.
That'll fuck
A
you.
win for the trees.
Yeah, that'll fuck you.
All right, Marcus.
Holy shit! Mark's coming with
That
the fire.
tree.
That's why I asked.
People
you,
can't
Mark.
see it, but the tree fell and then it kind of like skated back and lifted him up.
The
and
tree
then-
falls, and then like because of the bushes, it hits another tree and like shoots
down.
forward, and then this unathletic chubby
gets
dude
under it
lit.
between his legs and throws him in the air.
And then he lands on his
Back.
feet.
And he
then
died.
on his
And he
cro-
died.
Yeah.
He died.
Yeah.
And the last words he says were
My balls.
Trudeau is Castro's kid. It's weird. It's a great video.
Yep.
We can play the audio.
Look into it, he said. Look into it.
Okay, yeah. This
Well, it looks like I'm gonna get dementia.
Really? How big in your nose can increase your
Brian's
risk of
fucked too. I see
Alzheimer's?
your
I'm totally
knuckle
fucked.
deep in your nose.
Can increase your risk of developing Alzheimer's.
So this says. So the article says, for those of you listening, says how picking your nose could increase risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. Here's the problem: you run out of articles, huh?
There you go.
Nothing else to report.
There you go.
How would you do some real reporting for us?
Yeah.
apparently it's bacteria traveling through the nasal cavity to the olfactory nerve, through the olfactory nerve.
Yeah, but you have to do it for a number of years because then every kid's fucked. Then
Yeah.
dementia would be 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen a kid not pick his fucking nose.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm already bored with this dumb fucking article.
Oh, dude, I went to the Rams game yesterday.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a football game I don't know how long, especially NFL. Maybe I can't remember Broncos game. In Vesco's maybe only 10 years old, 12 years old, I don't know. That new SoFi Stadium, the screen,
It's beautiful.
dude, you feel like you're in the movie The Avatar. It's just like, this is nuts, dude. And the food there, it was like tomahawk prime, like steak. It was like Nobu sushi. It was nuts, man. Nuts. It's the most LA thing
Where
I've
is
ever
this?
seen.
Is this the one in Inglewood?
Yeah, the new one.
Wow,
The brand
I've
new
never
one.
been that
Because I went for the Rams Niners, right? Because Christian
See, I went to
McCaffrey's
the
on the
old
Niners.
Coliseum. Yeah.
Oh, no. This new, it is crazy, dude.
Really?
Nuts. Absolutely.
When you watch a football game and you're watching it, are you watching because you played football? Do you watch?
Yeah, I watch the defense, the schemes they're
you watch
running.
everything.
I watch the tight end.
Yeah, I was
I've
going to
been
ask you
focused on
that.
time.
You don't
And then
watch necessarily. I just watch. I realize that when I watch football, I'm watching just the
You're watching
quarterback
the
and
thing.
ball. I'm watching
Yeah,
the ball.
you're watching the ball.
But other people who ISO other things.
Yeah, I saw the other things, and then if there's like an outlier like Aaron Donald, I'll watch him. And then Christian McCaffrey, where I used to coach him when he was a kid.
Stud. You did? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You coached Christian McCaffrey when he was a kid.
At a camp, him and his brother.
Damn.
Yep. So I
Stud.
love him.
What a fucking.
And now
stud.
he's on the Niners.
Jesus.
Remember, the Niners are good right now, right? They beat they beat them.
What's their record right now, though?
I forget.
500.
No, they're 2 games above 500, I think. But then also remember, they're doing this without Debo Samuels. They're one of their best players, if not their best player. So they're doing it without. So they're 4-4. And now when Debo comes back, and then also homeboy Bosa isn't 100% either. Like they're stacked everywhere, man. They're literally, man. They're gonna be problems in the playoffs. Especially when
so?
Samuels comes back, yeah, they're gonna be problems.
And what about the Eagles though? The
Eagles are good. They lost last week, but they're good.
No, they won.
No, they lost last week. They won this week. They lost last week.
They did?
Uh-huh.
To who? No. I think they won, Bubba. I think they won.
They won last week too. Damn,
Yeah.
they are undefeated.
Yeah, they're 7-0.
Yeah, they're a problem. Look at that
7-0.
division, dude.
I
We
know.
thought it was gonna be the weakest. 7-0, 6-2, 6-2.
that crazy?
And then Washington's just a train wreck.
Wow, though.
How about the
Cowboys are killing it. Wow.
How about and they were doing the backup. Dak.
Is
was
Dak
hurt.
back? He had a thumb fuck.
Yeah, he's back now. How about the Giants? How about Washington? So having Dan Snyder. So Dan Snyder, the owner, right? And there's been all those allegations against him and mistreatment, and all that, misconduct. And then remember when the Roger Goodell emails came out?
Yeah.
Now remember they go through all that. They're gonna have a ton of NFL owners' information on them, but they only released Gruden's and Dan Snyder's. Dan Snyder's like, the fuck? Oh, I see what they're doing. So they're coming for Dan Snyder, and he was like, I'm telling you, because, there's only, 32 owners, 31 owners. He goes, you come for me, I'm releasing the hounds. He's like, the information I have on all you owners, I'm telling you, I'm not going away, quietly. And he's like, I have information on, and of course, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, everything.
Jerry Jones?
Jerry Jones. He was like, I'm telling you, you come for me, man, it's going to get nasty. He's like, I'm not going away quietly. Damn. Then all of a sudden, stuff starts to leak about Jerry Jones. I mean, he's a billionaire. So he has the access to do that stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny.
That's
I'll do the same
crazy.
thing. Like, you want to do what? After the shit I know? Okay. Have fun.
All that bullshit.
All these rich billionaires, all of them just all clean. All their hands are clean.
Yeah, right.
He's like, we'll see how this goes for you. Jerry Jones? Come on, dude. What else you got, Jen?
All right, Mark.
All right. So basically, Elon Musk believes that the quickest way to turn a profit with Twitter is to charge people $20 a month for the blue check verification, or if you've already qualified for it, to can keep using it. And obviously, people are up in arms about that. But at the same time, the argument is like, well, it's a huge, the algorithm does boost blue check users, and the thinking is you're going to give that up because you don't want to pay $20.
But it's also the way I look at it. It also keeps the riffraff out, right? Mm-hmm. Also, because let's say a comedian, you charge $2 a ticket opposed to $30. $2, anybody's can get it in there. You have some issues.
But this is just for the blue check, so you'd have to. It's not like you can just.
Oh, so you're already verified. Yeah, I
verified,
get you.
then you'd be paying.
Yeah, it's a way to make money. Yeah, and then also people that really want to be on there. I don't know. Everything's going up. Apple Music was just like, hey, we know we charge $9.99. Now it's $10.99. And then Netflix is going up.
Yeah. Disney's
fucking insane.
And somebody said, I'm not going to pay more for Twitter each month than I do for Netflix.
Yeah.
Sugar Sean reacts to Bryce Mitchell. What's that?
Well, Bryce Mitchell said he didn't win the fight.
Oh, I mean, all right, it's fine.
I'll also have to pick Yawn over O'Malley. The reason being is because, once again, O'Malley hasn't even earned that spot. He's used his mouth to get him that fight. His YouTube followers ain't going to help him once the cage doors get locked.
And your dad fucked his sister to make you.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, these kids are savages.
Sugar
these
is
young
a fucking
kids are
savage,
savages,
man.
dude. You don't want to play that game with these
He's
guys.
a bad motherfucker right there.
Now, Bryce a bad motherfucker. Don't get twisted. Bryce
So
a
is
bad
Sugar
motherfucker,
Sean.
But so is Bryce.
Yeah,
Like,
Bryce fights at 45, though, doesn't he? I think he fights at 45.
Yeah, 45.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Bryce is no punk.
No. But
Bryce has a tough fight coming up, too. What else you got?
trans volleyball player can cuss his opponent?
Wait,
You guys see that already?
it's a game, Fokker. No?
Well, it's
a Meet the Parents reference.
the controversy here is that it's a trans, male to female, spikes the ball, hits this girl in the head.
Let me
and
see. Go back, Jake. Go back.
cusses her.
It'll have to play on its own.
Causing severe head injuries.
Let me see.
Here we go.
So over there.
No, it's not as if it was that fast or some crazy shot.
Oh! Are you talking about Joanna Man in the corner? Yeah.
so.
If that's your daughter, I'm like, hey,
Oh, yeah,
fuck face.
Of course.
Who let Joanna Man play? Like, if the now listen, we're here. We don't have
She
any
suffered
skin in the
severe
game.
head and neck injuries. Fuck you. Fuck you letting like a biological male into female sports. I'm totally against it.
100%.
I'm
against
totally
it.
against
Yeah.
it.
Now they should be able to play volleyball. They should be able to play volleyball.
Have Biden like talking about how kids should be able to have puberty blockers and stuff like that, and see how you do in your fucking. I'll vote against anybody who says that, regardless of whether they're Republican, Democrat. I'm just voting against you.
The Republicans are saying that.
No, I know. Fucking.
You know who's saying that?
Yeah.
Pelosi.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I love her.
Yeah, no.
I want to kiss her
Fuck
tits.
off, all you fuck off for that.
All right, next one.
I think it really affects you when your kids playing and they're like, "Hey, you
think?
remember Zach?
Yeah,
Well, Zach's married now, and
Yeah.
he's number 44. You know?
It's fucking so annoying.
All right.
It's unbelievable.
Oh no!
Oh, you want to
Oh,
describe
this is
Mark's?
the best.
Yeah,
So
so
the
this
climate
is it.
change
Yeah.
protesters vandalized Ferraris at a car show.
Hold on.
This is gonna cool
hold
the-
on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna this trigger.
They glued their hands to the Ferrari. This is
Hold on.
really
That-
gonna.
You know what kind of
fucking-
Ferrari that is? So I have a 430. That's a 430 Scudera. There's about 600 in the world.
That's
They're
awesome.
one of the last
That's going to cool the planet, dude. That's going to make the planet cool. If you glue your hands to a Ferrari, the
They were saying
planet's
that
going to
the
get
planet
cool.
already cooled a few degrees.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what? That's going to make me. I want to pollute more now. Now I want to pollute more. Now I want to just walk around with a big diesel.
Well, then let me just ask these morons, right, who put their hands on this piece of art, and if that was my car, you're not getting close.
I'd
to
leave
it
them
like
there.
that.
I'd just leave them there.
I just start my
till
car.
They have to ship
No, I
their
just start the
pants.
car like, cool. Cool. I'm just gonna start my car because this is you're violating property. I'm gonna start my car. Let's see how your hand feels.
Well, they did that. They glued their hands to a Porsche factory or Porsche dealership, and nobody came to get them. And they had to pee and shit, and they just left
Shit
them
their
there.
pants. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Now, here's the thing. Let me ask these morons this: why aren't you protesting Tesla? You know the engines in Tesla are harder on the environment than this.
Correct.
So you're
correct.
It makes you have no defense.
Because they're not very thoughtful.
No.
Because they're not very smart.
Now, if you like Teslas, that's fine. But if you're thinking you buy it because you're better than me because I buy gas powered, you're so far off. It's not even funny.
Man, they vandalized a Ferrari.
Dude, that's not any Ferrari, Brian. That's a V8 Scudero. Okay.
How much is that?
That
$2 million?
What? No. That car you probably get for low 300s. It's going up in value.
A work of art.
There's only 600 of them. And if you have them, if you get the 16M, there's only.
But
300
it's just glue.
If it's convertible, if that's a convertible 16M, there's only 300 of them on the planet.
Just glue. You just get it out there.
Oh, it's a convertible. It's a 16M. I feel sick. Well, and that, oh my God, that one in the middle is a challenge.
It's annoying as.
All right, keep doing that shit. Keep that same energy.
Now, how many, do you guys want to, how do you think those people are doing in life? If you have the time to glue your hands.
Really well, because that's a great way to raise awareness. Now I just want more global warming. I like it that it's warm, and I also am not so sure I buy any of it anyway.
You keep
All right.
coming back, dude.
I think the Earth is warming, maybe, but I think I've listened to real climatology scientists, like real people who study this, who are real scientists, who are like, could also be solar flares, and you doing stuff with your cars isn't going to make a lick of difference.
No, but there's also something to it where when they do research like thousands of years ago, the Earth goes in these ways where it gets hotter, colder, hotter, colder. We're just right now.
I mean, so.
But I'll tell you what, though, when I'm when I walk outside my house in the middle of summer, it's 120. I'm like, they might be right.
Yeah, I don't know. I was in Chicago and it was 75 degrees. I had my shirt off, so I don't know.
Had your shirt off?
Yeah, I have a nice body.
Yeah, and Calgary was cold. It is not global warming. It is.
Calgary is so cold you can't believe
There's
it.
no snow, but
Calgary gets so cold you can't believe it. It's one of the coldest places in the world. In the wintertime, it's a fucking nightmare. You're not ready.
What else you guys got?
All right, here we go. Squirrels.
Yeah, let's do it. So, 150 kilograms of acorns
Oh,
stored by a
my
squirrel.
God.
Chance when he gets in it.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Imagine all the trips you'd have to make to get them up here.
Those squirrels, they're looking at like, what the fuck?
That's so bad.
All the years.
Bro, I know, right?
What a fucking squirrel.
He's a billionaire of squirrels.
That's a billionaire squirrel.
That squirrel's like, why would you do this?
The
That's
richest
impressive.
squirrel on earth.
Well, on that note, kids, come see me.
You lost all energy, huh?
I lost all energy.
You're not using
Magic Mind. I got to get on some Magic Mind. I didn't take mine. Charlotte, North Carolina Comedy Zone, November 10, 11, 12. Addison Improv, Addison, November 17, 18, 19. Naples, Florida, Off the Hook, December 1 through 4. Then you don't see it, but December 8, 9, and 10, I'm at Nyack in New York. It's supposed to be a great club at Levity Live. And then Laugh Boston.
Go and get that
New
Nyack
Year's.
date up there, though, huh?
Gotta get that Nyack date.
Let's do
Yep,
that,
gotta get
please.
Nyack date. Yep.
Your boys headed to Texas 2 weeks in a row. San Antonio, Texas, November 3rd through the 5th. That's this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I will be at my favorite hotel of all time, Hotel Emma. We also have all the thick nectar. That Tiger Thick will be available in masses because Texas is the biggest market. My friends at Specs, you can go get bottles at Specs. So I'm in San Antonio. Come try some of that sweet thick nectar, award-winning thick or Tiger Thick nectar. And that's LOL San Antonio this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Next week, Houston, I will be doing an appearance at Specs, giving out samples of the award-winning Tiger Thick. That's November 10th through the 12th, Houston Improv. I end November in Milwaukee. Milwaukee Improv is November 18th through the 19th. And then December, I end the Oh He Thick tour in Providence, Rhode Island, December 1st through the 3rd. Never been, looking forward to it. And one of my favorite clubs, Washington, D.C., DC Improv, December 15th through the 17th. Get you some. New merch drops Friday. Thick Boy Diet merch drops Friday as well. I think that's it, kids. We love you guys. Also, just a heads up, we've been told by our YouTube team experts on YouTube, we're dropping the video too late. So we're switching. So this will come out now on Tuesday mornings, but audio will be available as usual.
Tuesday mornings or Tuesday at 1? What time?
Tuesday, it'll be available Tuesday. We're figuring it out. But
Okay.
Tuesday early, you'll be able to see the YouTube episodes. Audio's going to be available right away. Big little change there. So
And the Wednesdays comes out on Thursday.
Wednesday
right?
comes out Thursday.
Yeah.
Yep. Instead of dropping it so late. All right, kids. We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.